Romelu Lukaku apologizes and all of you forgive him just like that. I think it's pathetic personally because what he said, in my opinion, is very unforgivable and he needs to earn our trust back. But a lot of you, toothless, spineless, and honestly, logicless. What happened in 48 hours for you guys to all of a sudden go from he should never play for the club again to, oh my god, Rom, we forgive you, come here, let us give you a hug and a kiss? Pathetic. Let's get into it. Welcome to the channel, Bratuki, and today's video is an insightful one. And when I tell you it's jam-packed, busy, absolutely crammed in like a turkey with stuffing on Christmas Day, I am not exaggerating. Today's video consists of so many stories. The latest on Thiago Silva's contract. Great news. Then some bad news regarding Thiago Silva and N'Golo Kante and why they're going to miss the match against Manchester City. It sucks. It's going to hurt, but it's a bummer, but we have to deal with it. Then we talk about our left-back predicament and how Chelsea are getting our own players not returned to us and how Lukaku is on absolutely crazy money. And finally, rumours are linked about two positions, centre-back and CM for the summer, and I wonder who they're going to be about. You don't want to miss this one. Let's get into it. But before we get started, and I think it's very important, all of you hit the thumbs up button on this video. It's free of charge, it's nice, it's caring, and it's a little bit of good karma. Subscribe to the channel. I give you regular content, insightful, impactful, charismatic, and absolutely entertaining stuff on this channel. So you'll be silly not to miss out. And you get hard-hitting truths. Not many people on this platform can actually say that. A lot of people trying to secure jobs out here, trying to secure sponsorships. Me, on the other hand, I do this as a hobby. It's a little bit of fun. So I say what's on my chest, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm here 5 days a week giving you all the best Chelsea content around. Let's get in. So, you already know Romelu Lukaku disrespected the club, but he came out and apologized. And the apology for me was pathetic. People said, look, he could have easily put out a BS statement out and just avoided it, but he went on camera, Alex, he apologized, he looked us into the eye. Did you listen to what he said? Did you absolutely decipher what he said? He didn't go back on anything he said. He just said his misinterpretation. What? What was there to interpret, bro? What was there to interpret? Lauti, stay there. I'm coming back. When are you coming back? Didn't give us no clarity about that. There was no respect from Romelu Lukaku. He treated us like idiots. And you know who frustrates me more than anything with this? The club. Because we know the club actively would have made him do this. This was sit there, eat your humble pie, apologize to the fan base, and they will eat this up because they love the club and they will pretend that everything is fine. For me, this apology lacked sincerity. I think this apology lacked enthusiasm, and most importantly, this apology lacked credibility. He's not sorry. Lukaku said exactly what he felt, and Lukaku sat there and said it like a man. The only issue I had with Lukaku was he said something completely different to Tuchel's face. If Lukaku sat there and backed up his points and said, you know what, I came here because Inter didn't give me a new deal. I'm sorry, but that's the honest truth. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you because I have enough respect not to lie. Then if Lukaku said, I wanted to stay with Inter Milan, I wanted to stay with Lauti, and when first opportunity I get, I'm sorry, I want to go back. But for now, I'm a Chelsea player. I'm going to play. I would have said, you know what? Bro, you got some big bollocks about you and I respect it. But he came back and gave us more mumbo jumbo. Apparently, he was a Chelsea fan and this club is for him. Don't give me that rubbish. I don't buy it and I will not buy it again. What does this mean though? And I think a lot of people take what I say and construe it in another way. They say, move on. I don't want to, because I don't agree with what he said. I don't think he has the right to damage the brand and the entity of the club that we love. This club is bigger than Romelu Lukaku. This club is bigger than any one player. But what is best for Chelsea is him getting his ass out there and scoring goals for Chelsea. You're sorry? Prove to us in the pitch. You're sorry? Prove to us with your actions. And then when the summer arrives, I want the club to sell it. I don't care if he scores 40 goals from now till the end of the season. What he did was disrespectful, what he did was unhonourable, and what he did, in my opinion, was a spit in the face. He sat there and he gave it to us and said, eat, absolutely eat this pile of crap that I'm dishing up. And this came from the club as well. So for me at this moment in time, use the asset while he's here. But if it was up to me, he's getting sold in the summer. That's my opinion. On to some good news and players that actually want to be in a Chelsea kit. Thiago Silva signed a new deal, and Thiago Silva had very kind words to say. He went along the lines when he joined, he didn't expect to be here for 3 years. He loves the city, he loves the town, his family loves it, he loves the club, and Everything in his life is in a good place. And for me, you can tell that with Thiago Silva and his family. His wife, Bella, is consistently posting pictures at Stamford Bridge. Anytime he's at home, he's always wearing Chelsea gear. They're always recording pictures of him. He's just chilling there. The family is family orientated around the club. The wife enjoys her football. The husband's performing on the pitch. The kids play for the Chelsea Academy. For me, this is a great sign of a great football player dedicating his life to our beloved club and absolutely performing. And it's an honor to have a player, one of the greatest of all time centre-back, playing for our club. Even though it's at his older age, he's still absolutely one of the best players in the world in his position, and he's flourishing, and it's a pleasure to keep it. On to some bad news, and the bad news is that Thiago Silva and N'Golo Kante are both out of the game for Manchester City. You guessed it, it's the vid again. The vid has hit them again, and it's something you can't control. Look, at this moment in time, guys, the season's going to be disrupted. We know the season's going to be disrupted. We just need to take it on the chin, deal with it in an effective manner. Next man up mentality. I mean it. Has to be a next man up mentality. Chelsea need to get in the habit of the team that Tuchel thinks he's going to play. Reality is that team might be getting put out there. So, for me, it is very important that Chelsea actively get a squad, compile a squad, ready to compete. If needed, go and sign another centre-half this January window. Reality is they're not going to do it, and we're going to be without these players, but hopefully we move on and we develop. And we get a decent result, not this weekend, the weekend after against Manchester City in the Premier League. This weekend is Chesterfield in the FA Cup, so we'll be fine. We need a left back update. Of course we need a left back update. So the latest news from goal.com and Nazir Kinsella is that Emerson Palmieri is not coming back to Chelsea. Chelsea have inquired about getting the man back. He's been absolutely shining at Lyon. He's been nominated the halfway season player of the year at left back. He's in the team of the year. He's been fantastic. But Lyon don't want to let him go. They have him in their plans. There's no buyback option. And it looks like Emerson Palmieri will be staying there. How do we feel about this? Our player can't return. Tough. You loaned him out, deal with it now. Sadly, that's the way the world works. Then you need to look at Luka Digne. Luka Digne does not want to join Newcastle. He's not interested in that project. He wants to be at the highest level for the longest period of time. Apparently Chelsea is his preference. The only stumbling block at this moment in time is Chelsea don't want to pay him the 100k. Luka Digne is on 100k. A lot of you will say, what's 100k to Chelsea? It's a lot of money. And the reason you need to look at it is this way, is it's surplus cash that we're going to have to be investing. It's cash that we have in excess that we didn't know what to do with. All of a sudden we're going to have to be investing. Now think about it. Ben Chilwell, 190k out the squad, not adding any value to the squad. Then we start looking at Marcos Alonso. They want to get him off the books, 150k. Altogether, that is, maths on the spot, 340k, if I'm not mistaken. So all of a sudden, you want to add another 100k on top of that. That is £440,000 on a week on left back. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of resource to be applying to a single position. Especially when two of the assets most probably won't be doing much if Luka Digne comes in and is a first team player. So Chelsea need to consider that before they go into it. An alternative will be Dujon Sterling. Dujon Sterling to be coming back, a versatile player that can play right wing back, right centre back, and worst case scenario play left wing back or left back. For me, this isn't the way to go. I like to have players that are more stylistically imposed in a specific position. So if Dujon comes back, I want him playing right centre back or right wing back. I don't want to see him playing out of position. He's already a player that is going to have to prove himself at a new level, let alone a player that is already coming in and having to prove himself out of position. I don't like that story. A very interesting article has been written about on goal.com about 3 players that are going to be looked at by Chelsea intensely. So number 1, Tchouaméni. Chelsea are in the final stages of analysis on Tchouaméni and are actively trying to go and get the player to come into our centre midfield. We've all been worried about our centre midfield and have growing concerns that after Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante, the depth is actually fairly poor. Recently, Saul had a very good game and everyone's really changed their perspective because that's what we do these days. One good game, everybody's stripping, everything's fine, everyone's happy. But the reality is, he's still not good enough at this moment in time. We need a consistent sample size. So Tchouaméni could be the long-term solution. But this is not the only position we're looking at, according to goal.com. According to goal.com, we are looking at the centre-back position. And with Antonio Rudiger's future unknown, Andreas Christensen's future unknown, Azpilicueta on the verge of joining Atletico Madrid or Barcelona, we are looking at Wesley Fofana or Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé is a phenomenal player. I've spoken about him many times. You've already heard my views. I think he's a very good player. A man of his size, 5'10", he's extremely good in the air. He's got good hang time, good springs in his hamstring, gets up well, very good in the aerial duel, good combative defender, and decent on the ball. Wesley Fofana, on the other hand, is a ball-playing centre-half, very neat and tidy, very good recovery pace, but has been tending to play next to a leadership character. That's where Thiago Silva comes in. But what will happen after Thiago Silva? We're almost taking a risk. Another player Chelsea want to be developing and bringing back, regardless whether they sign the two, is Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill has been absolutely flourishing in the Championship, and the club are viewing his progress almost as good as they did with Reece James at Wigan, to the point where they're actually very happy to bring him back and give him an opportunity in pre-season and see whether he accumulates the right attitude and the right performances to stay at Chelsea. Personally, I think this is fantastic. I think this is amazing news. This is another example of Chelsea utilising their loan system, utilising their youth system, and utilising the projection of the youth players in-house instead of continuously loaning them out and we never see them again. So for me, we need to maintain with this structured policy, bring him back and potentially break him into the team and save ourselves another 50-60 million pounds, because that's what it's going to cost to get a backup or even a first team starter. This was the Kavkas View. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you around. Peace out. I'm out.